Welcome to my channel, Lalit Sir. Dear students, today chapter 11, transportation in animals and plants. We have one question in our mind. If we read the title, that transportation in animals, plants means what? Today in this introductory class about this chapter, we understand every point, every single point we understand about every topic. Today we want to understand what is topic, what is the chapter name is said to us. Transportation means a transport to one place to another place. Let's see. Suppose this is a chalk. With my hand, I move it from one place to another place. That means this is the way. This is the total way of transportation. That's it. Suppose this chalk has used the transportation, but the mediator. What is the mediator for the transportation of this chalk? That is my hand. Okay. Now you want to go somewhere. Then what transportation mediator you will use? That you will use a car, a bike, a bicycle, or maybe aeroplane if you are going outside the road, or maybe a train outside the road if you are going. That means this is the transportation from one place to another place. A transport to one place. Now, the transportation in animals and plants is what? What exactly wants to tell? That means the material or the food or the any kind of the thing which you take from your mouth and it goes to the different part of the body, also in the different part of the animals and plants. That is called the transportation of that material. Understand? So, in this chapter we understand the transportation of material or any kind of the minerals, any kind of the vitamins, the transport to the all the part of the body, all the part of the organism. So, this is called transportation. Now, in this transportation, just I say that there should be a systematic. Suppose I used to move the chalk. That is systematic. Similarly, you will use the bicycle to go somewhere. That might be systematic. What is systematic? That means that you are using the road. Is it? Suppose you go by air. That means you are using the flight. So, by going one place to another place, you are using something, some system. That's it. Suppose you go by train. So that is also a system. The engine, the track, everything is systematic. Okay. So the systems which is used. Now this is called the system of transportation. Now what is circulatory system? The circulatory system means circular. Circular means a round or the shape where from one place the transportation starts and it reaches to all part of the place. It goes to again to the same place and make this kind of the movement, whatever it is, material or any kind of mineral, vitamins, it transport to this point to the all part of the body and goes to again the same part. This called the circular. Again, it called the circular. And this circular always follow one system and has to be follow a systematic circulation. That is why it is called as circulatory system. It's called as circulatory system. Understand? So, we understand this circulatory system. In your body, if you put your hand over here, you feel the kind of the voice. Okay, that's called the heartbeat. So this pumps the blood, it reaches to the brain, it goes to the toe, and again from the blood which is deoxygenated. See, oxygenated blood is very useful to the entire body, which is used to do work for the entire day in your organs. Now, deoxygenated blood is again collected, it goes to the heart. So this is called the circulatory system. Again, one more point we understand. In the circulatory system, now, as I said, the circulatory system should be generated, but that should be some organs, or that should be some any kind of the in motor materials. Suppose you are using train, so that should be engine, that should be coach, that should be track, is it? So engine, coach, track, all put together make one track, one system. Similarly, here the circulatory system, you have a blood vessels and heart. Is it? Now, blood has, see, you have a lots of understanding about the blood, that it has a red color. When you cut your any kind of the part, or because of the any kind of the accident, small accident, or any kind of the wound, you feel a torn skin, which a small drop of the blood comes from out of the body. Okay, that we understand. Blood has a red color. So this blood contains white blood cell, red blood cell. It's okay. White blood cell, red blood cell. That is we know as short form. It is called the RBC and WBC. This is present in the blood. Now this blood also contains so many vitamins, minerals, because what we need, vitamins and minerals for all part of the body, all the organs of the body. Is it? Yes, we need it to survive. Yes. Now this WBC also contains what? This WBC, which is known as the white blood cell. These white blood cells are the soldiers of the body. They fight with the all microorganisms every day, which comes from all the parts surrounded to you. Suppose they come by your nose. Suppose you are going in the hospital, and that hospital has a lot of infectious patients. Is it? So that WBC have neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, is kind of 3 more cells it contains, and they produce antibody, and they kill all the microorganisms which are harmful to your body. Is it? Yes. And also RBC also you have in your body or in your blood, hemoglobin also. So blood contains what? Blood contains 70% of water. Is it? Blood contains 70% of water. That means in adult body the blood is 5 liter. Okay. 5 liter blood in your body, this 5 liter blood contains 70% of water. And this that's right, every time you are fed by a parent or you are by a doctor, family doctor says, drink more and more amount of water. Why? Because if you drink a more and more amount of water, the transportation of blood will remain very smooth to your body, and it transports the lots of amounts of the minerals and vitamins to entire part of the body, and that is very useful to your body, is it? That's why the more and more amount of the water is available. So it contains the 70% of the water plus what it contains? This vitamins. Vitamins. What type of vitamins? All. Vitamin A, B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, everything. B1, B12, B13, that all kind of vitamins. We already understand about this vitamins in 6th class, is it? Yes, we understood. So blood is the fluid which contains 70% of water and minerals, and it has the red color. It contains platelets, hemoglobin, RBC and WBC. So this is the definition of the blood. Understand? Okay. So now it also contains hemoglobin. Once it is a check to your body, doctor checks your body, the doctor checks the hemoglobin level. Okay. So if your hemoglobin level as an adult person near to the 14, that means you are okay, healthy. But if it is below 9 or 8, that means it is dangerous to your body, and your body maybe feel lots of infection, tiredness, or maybe you will feel lots of disease and you will die also because of the lesser blood hemoglobin. So you should also maintain this hemoglobin in the body. That's it. Okay. So now why it is red color? Because it contains red pigments. Okay. So that's why because of the RBC, it contains red colors. So blood, this is for the blood introduction. Now we have blood vessels also. So I say the circulatory system, that is should be system. Now system has what? As the railway has the system that they have to transfer from one part to the other part of the state. So they have a track. Easy. Similarly, blood also have a track that is called the blood vessels. Okay. So the blood vessels are arteries and veins and capillaries. Now, what is arteries and veins and capillaries? We will understand in details about the arteries, veins and capillaries. So once arteries transfer the blood, they turns in the it comes from the aorta of the heart and it goes to arteries. Arteries again transfers small kind of the veins, small, very thin. This is called the capillaries. Again, the capillaries are on the other part, they are again joined. Then these veins also get this transportation of this deoxygenated blood and to reaches to the heart. That's it. So arteries and veins are also present. Then we have heart, which is also a part of the circulatory system. So we understand about the diagram of heart, what exactly heart contains, what the four kind of the different chamber of the heart have, how this pulmonary artery works, how the pulmonary veins work, what is the difference between pulmonary arteries and veins, why we use the pulmonary arteries or pulmonary vein word, and why you use the word arteries and vein for the all part of body. Let us understand about the heart. You also can notice that heartbeat. Okay, once you put your hand near to the left side, slightly left and to right, it is your heart is present. So if you put your hand, you can hear your heartbeat. Especially you can hear your heartbeat more when you have exam. Okay, fine. So you can also hear a heartbeat. Now, second thing in the introduction we have excretion in the animal. What is the excretion? So the waste part, the waste material means what? Your cells are working, is it? If you use any utensil at your home to make a food or something, that means after making the food you might have waste material in that utensil, is it? Then what you have to do? You have to wash that utensil and you throw the unused food outside and you clean your utensil, is it? Similarly, the body have this utensils, this system, excretory system, which throws waste material outside the body. That means what is excretion? Excretion means throwing waste product outside the body, the waste product which is produced by the cell. The waste material or waste product which is produced by the cell is throwing outside the body with one system that is called the excretory system. Okay, this is called the excretory system. This part only. What is the excretory system? This is called the excretory system. Now, as every living organism in this world, whether it is unicellular, whether it is multicellular, this every living organism have excretory system. Though they have different part to excrete. Okay, every living organism don't have a same excretory system. Human have a same excretory system. Okay, there is a kidney also, and there is a anus also to. This kidney used to the liquid part to excrete and anus used to the solid part to excrete. But all other animals, don't have same. Suppose plant also have an excretory system. You see. Similarly, some animals also have excretory system. Every animal and human being have different excretory system. Now, at the last point also we understand that transportation substance in plants. See, as we eat food, okay, when the digestive system, when it digests, it transport, it comes in the materials that is called the minerals, vitamins, that is observed by the village present in your intestine, small intestine, is it? This village observes these small, all kind of the minerals and vitamins, and it transport to the all part of the body. Okay, fine. Similarly, transportation substance in plants, the substance which are present in the plant. Okay. Now, suppose I can show you here a small diagram. Okay, this is the root. Okay. So now what happened when you give fertilizer and if you doing watering to this plant, what happens that this root have small holes. Okay, which is called the process by which the water goes to this root is called the osmosis. Okay, that is called the osmosis. With the help of this process of the osmosis, what happens in the osmosis, you know, that transfers the water in this pores by pressure. This is one kind of pressure where the more amount of pressure of the water compared to inner side cell have a lesser amount. So it pressurizes the water and it reaches to the root. Okay. Then it transports to the all part of the body. This water and see plant also need the minerals and that is we use the compost fertilizer or the chemical fertilizers which is we are using. Okay. Sometimes we are using the fertilizer which is made by the earth forms also. Okay. So that is fertilizer we will understand. Now, so the transportation happens, but there are two as we have arteries and veins in our body. Similarly, we have xylem and phloem. Okay, the xylem and phloem, which both the vascular bundles. What is vascular bundles? Which help for the transportation in plants. We will understand in next session. We will understand about this transportation and xylem and phloem. In next session, we also understand in the what is the all points want to tell us. So, thank you very much. Have a nice day.